Herman died of tuberculosis in 1917, leaving his wife Louisa to bring up their 7 children alone.
What was your mother like?
Oh, I loved her. She was smashing, but she was always, I can only ever remember being ill, really, because she had this asthma and bronchitis. But very, very hard it was when we were children.
Was it?
She used to, when she was fit enough, in the summer, she did better because her chest didn't play up so much. She used to get the hotel job in the hotel washing up, you know, down King's Cross and round that way.
Did any aunts and uncles come and see you from Louisa's side? I just wondered what happened to her.
No, I think they must have disowned her as she married a German. I only surmise this. I've known nothing about that, really.
Right.
But there were never any aunts or uncles ever came to see us. It was a bit rough, but I don't like talking about that very much, because we used to...
It's a long time ago.
I get about upset when we talk that far back, you know what I mean?
Oh, I don't want you to get upset.
So...
She's given me a lot to digest. It seems Herman never was interned because he was too ill, and then he died, leaving Louisa with quite a lot to worry about, intense poverty, and barely able to feed the children, and with her own health failing. It's a mystery as to why she doesn't remember any relatives of her mother's being around. She seems to think that they didn't like Herman for some reason, but why didn't they like him? Ivy's given me Herman and Louisa's wedding certificate from April the 2nd, 1893, a spring wedding. Herman was 27, Louisa was 21. He's a baker. Ivy seemed to think that possibly there was some disapproval of Herman because he was German, but the anti-German feeling hadn't been whipped into a frenzy at that time, so that doesn't quite hang together as a theory.
If it wasn't because he was German, could the family's poverty have been the reason that Louisa's parents disapproved of her marriage to Herman? To find out more about the Tiedeman's circumstances, Julian is meeting Sue Donnelly to look at Charles Booth's poverty map.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you Sue?
I am. I'm the archivist here.
An archivist?
Yeah.
Hello there.
Right.
Booth's 1898 map illustrates living conditions in London at the time Herman and Louisa were married.
What he did was gather a lot of information from all over London, and then he assigned each street a colour according to what he called its social condition. So it went from yellow, which you can see up here, which was wealthy and upper class, and it went down to black, which he defined in a very Victorian way as being vicious and semi-criminal. So you're looking for Cornwall Cottages, which is on Popham Street in Islington.
Is that black?
Black, dark blue and light blue.
It's not looking good, is it?
It's not looking good, I'm afraid. It basically means that the majority of people on that street were earning less than 21 shillings a week. And 21 shillings was the minimum that a family of 5 needed to live in. So nobody on that street was basically making the minimum wage.
Right.
And you can see
Within a few days, I've got quite a clear and rather grim picture of my great-grandparents. I didn't even know what either of them looked like, and when I first looked at that picture of Herman, and you sort of look into his eyes and wonder what he was looking so sheepish about, really, and also and Louisa, when I looked at her picture, she looked. Now it's all explained. You know, she looked so sort of grim-faced, and but she had to be. It may be that Louisa's parents thought, you know, you made your decision and now you get on with it, and then at that time they had made some connection between poverty and immorality, and that's why the door was shut in her face. And but it's hard you know, it's hard to come to terms with that they couldn't have helped her a bit. Yes, you want to weep for them, really.
The next step is to find out whether Louisa came from a more affluent background than Herman.
I know from the census where Louisa was born, and it's Essex. I shall go to Essex now and have a route around then, find out a bit more about her early life, really. I mean, I know how it all ended up for my great-grandmother, but I'd like to find out about her early days. I've also got from the Family Records Centre the certificates to look at. A little light reading on the journey. This is birth certificate for their firstborn, Herman, but it says 1894, date provided incorrect. Their firstborn was Herman on the 11th of June, 1893. Don't tell me it's not true. He was born June 1893, and they were married in April 1893. So she was in disgrace. She was 6 months pregnant, and they were waddling down the church aisle. You'd think they'd have kept themselves nice. But no. Oh, this is a big secret. I don't even know if Ivy knew this. The date I gave for my family tree, 1894. They just knocked a year off, clearly. And they weren't too busy knocking each other off. Yes, it's like Tess of the D'Urberville, isn't it? You know, if you let yourself go and you took the consequences, it may well be that no one can remember any of Louisa's family having anything to do with them, and perhaps they just don't darken our door again.
At St Michael's Church in Thorpe-le-Soken, Father Jeremy is showing Julian the record of Louisa's baptism.
Do mind your head.
I will do.
Well, these are the records, but I'm afraid before we can look at them, we have to put these gloves on.
Oh, I see. Are they
Before we
clean?
can touch them. Well, I haven't washed them personally, but they came from the County Records Office in Colchester, so they
Gorgeous.
probably are.
It's all the rage in Essex. Right. Is this an ancient book here, then?
It goes from 1861 to 1899. So what was the name again?
Moles. So...
And we need to go on a little bit from here.
1872.
This is 1870.
Right, 18...
Oh, there you are. Ah. That's the one. There's Martha Louisa.
Oh, that's my great-grandmother. George
and Pleasance.
her parents.
Yeah, her mother was called Pleasance.
It's an unusual name, isn't it?
It's your family, not mine.
Pleasance. What would you call them for short? Pleasance. Ples. And that's her father's profession?
He was a carrier. He had a horse and cart.
Oh, is that what that means? Oh, it's great to see that, thank you.